Hello and welcome once more to one wonderful video. And Pepsi, I'm glad you started meowing as soon as I started. This is Attila Total War, and the wonderful difference here today is I am joined once again by Hawkeye, my good old Norwegian friend who decided to join me for 2v2s. We are both the wonderful Viking nations of the Goths and the Danes against the filthy invaders of the Romans, both east and west, have decided to show themselves wonderfully today. To start off, this is our battle plan thus far. Is that the guy in the east? That's the guy in the west, which is good. If I look at it like a compass, we're good. The guy in the west, or Western Roman Empire, has decided to very nicely and generously hide himself in the trees, while the guy in the east decided to stand there. So it kind of left us with the main force of the attack here. Obviously, we need to be careful on the left-hand side, so we've got to half move and alter looking that way. For now, kind of got these guys here just on the left hand side for if they were to come. I have guys here, we can react to it quickly, sort of thing. Hawk over here with his many Nordic lords. Not complaining, it's a wonderful thing to see. And me also with some Nordic lords are marching up farly, which is to all good wonders. So bringing the cavalry up around this side. We've got a lot of cavalry dominance. Dominance, use word I guess. To use here. It's going to draw a lot of his men to have to worry about this, opening up less men here to fight the main bulk of both of our armies. Plus, it's also going to be a lot harder for the Western Romans to actually react to what we're going to be doing. So this is quite nice. We'll say off the back, I am terrible at 2v2s. I find unless we're on Napoleon. Napoleon, I actually feel like I'm really good at. 1v1s I'm not as good at. But this is Hawkeye's first game in a while, and he's also done very well. I think we did awesome. I actually can't remember when this game was played now. It's recording today, the wonderful Wednesday, that is the 11th. So I'm just going to go back into what we're doing here. As you can see, I'm going to move up some of my Nordic bows here, not the best of range units in the game, that's for sure. Bring up the Nordic bows here to probably get some little cover, or harassment should we say, against some of these units here. Bring them to the side of their spearmen because they'd be less protected there because they get the shields fully up. And that would also break away some of the defense, which is going to try and hold back Hawkeye. Over on the left hand side you can see the Western Roman Empire decided to move themselves out of the trees ever so slightly. How nice it is to be joined by you fine stout fellows, ninjas. To which I apparently don't really respond a lot on quickly. We kind of let this go pretty quick. As you can see, starting to move up here now. We're going to start hitting these guys quite quick now that the west is sort of showing its face, so to speak. We're going to try and probably take down this army quite quickly while we have the chance. As you can see, some cavalry as well starting to move. These guys are currently all hidden in stealth. That's a bit of a bummer. I kind of wish I did notice them do this little travel in the first place, but as you can see, I start to move with men here, so I'm pretty more focused to what's going on. Also got my cavalry starting to move up, as you can see, while they're going to be in distraction. The only bad thing about this, they've now got cavalry to respond to this, so it's a bit like, well, bollocks. So as you can see, that oh, okay, stuff here. I think these guys get absolutely tromped. But as you can see, we managed to get a little bit of room. A lot of the arbalists managed to shoot and take out quite a lot of my guys here. Caught up a little bit on the axemen, not too big of a deal. Kind of caused a little bit of confusion here, starting to bring back some of the spearmen to fight this cavalry. Managed to start to right on this, bring this back here to try and help this. Probably a lot, well, I say a lot, quite a bit late. And then in the meantime, Hawkeye's able to now move up his men and start fighting. It's a shame we've got some trees there. Always a good thing, depending on who shot. I know that the arbalists had a few range. Here, however, you see things like being like, oh, okay, I can't really just stop here and fight because they're going to stand there with their arbalists. All the then just shoot the hell out of me, and I'm like, okay, I need to actually react to this. So now that he's got his always been up here, I'm like, alright, I'm just going to engage. At the same time, I'm going to bring up some men to reinforce this little plug gap here. Hawkeye's starting to push through quite nicely and hitting into the enemy actually at quite an efficient rate. This side here, we should try to get quite nicely. Got to be careful with the cavalry, of course, with the spearmen. My guys here sadly did manage to break. However, that's causing us, let's say, a little coy. We should be okay. Bring back some of the spearmen here, not to get caught up in the axes. These guys here managed to also get into the hip. So now we've actually got a little bit of heavy fighting to do against the Romans. Over here, as you can see, Hawkeye's starting to mass up his axe melee infantry quite a bit. Got the spears coming up as well because he's got the cavalry to worry about. And obviously I've got some men here which I'm apparently going to stand still, let them just throw several javelins before I actually engage to do the section. As you can see here, I'm starting to move back their cavalry a little bit. They're starting to get a little bit mixed mashed in what they're actually doing. I kind of got my archers as well to focus on them. They're crappy archers, but or rather lots of crappy archers shoot one guy and then anywhere and be useless. But as you can see, as soon as I say that, I changed their technique and shoot at their arbalest straight away. Quick water break. Zooming up, and as you can see here, I don't know if that was one of my. No, it was one of the east guys routing. So you can see, I kind of got my guys just hitting into these here. It's going to delay a lot of their reinforcements for this fight. It's going to hopefully stop all of their arbalists to actually support against this fight. So these three units here have been quite nicely fighting, while sooner or later Hawkeye will break for that quite nicely. Bringing down some of his cavalry now, which is wonderful for sight to see. So as you can see here, my men are kind of a little bit sandwiched, especially these guys. It's going to be very difficult for those three men to come out alive. But as you can see, I've kind of got some of my spears up here to sort of reinforce that. Smart play to move his cavalry out when he can. He's kind of got mixed up just a little bit there. Up there, as you can see, I'm going to have a little bit of a wish-wash and turn around this way for a second. And as you can see now, we are, well, Hawkeye is starting to decimate these guys quite easily. I'm not having any real struggle here of these men fighting. Like I said, Hawkeye's pretty much, we're going to walk through this, especially so much cavalry against so much new spearmen. Starting to rout there a little bit. Then come back over from this wonderful side, and as you can see, some of his cavalry now coming into the web formation to hit straight into my general. Actually, I'm kind of glad I got them quite a bit caught up on the spears there. Well, my general was going to carry on fighting in. I'm pretty sure that he does sadly die at some point. I don't know what that could be. He's kind of got some of his cavalry here mixed up in quite a bit of heavy flying, reinforced with spearmen, which he needs to be pretty concerned about. My guy sadly got caught up against some of the elite Panatia guards there. But as you can see, the actual cool little fight where all of our generals are currently, we seem to be doing quite well. Both our generals are in a very sorry state, as you can see. But however, I think the overall fight is slightly leaning, I'd about to say slightly leaning towards me, but it doesn't look like it anymore, does it? And you see some of my men here getting kind of weakened. Surprised my men here are still holding on quite strong. Obviously got some guys up here reinforcing, and Hawkeye and I, dominating Hawkeye as you saw, was able to break this line quite easily. Not really too worried about my guy here. As you can see, I've got these archers and I've got some of Hawkeye's bows. Just there you go. See, I'd rather lose several Nordic bows if it means killing up their general and quite a lot of their cavalry at the end of the day. I ain't really too fussed for that. Come back here, as you can see, this is where the now main fight is going to be kicking off. I'm bringing down the couple of swordsmen that I had to help in the big fight, and Hawkeye is now going to move pretty much the entirety of his force around to hit this. Not too sure why I haven't got these guys fully engaging it into combat. It seems like they're going to make up for that little mistake. You can see here, just hitting down the general. Could I get extra men here against this swordsman that I can? Going to get a strong little fight there. Come back over, as you can see, Hawkeye's cavalry still actually holding on quite nicely. He's pulling back his spearmen now. Not entirely sure why, or at least wait until the everything to break. Although I say that, and I'm now looking at Hawkeye's reinforcements joining what is left of my forces, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess you can kind of need them up there. And by the looks of it, he's got a comfortable victory down here. In the middle, however, you got the rest of my men here just fighting on as hard as they can, so hopefully that pays off quite nicely. Obviously, ranged support coming in from all sides here, helping that. But the nice thing about all of the archers, it would be better to shoot. Actually, I don't know now that I say that. But we've got enough reinforcements to push in here, so yeah, probably with the ranged units to shoot the ones out the back, just sort of nicking about, because we're not going to lose against these guys here. My men, mine, but I mean we as in a collective, because again, Hawkeye's got a lot of reinforcements after that fight. I know, Cat. It's always a perfect time to meow as soon as I start doing stuff that I want to do for raiders. Oh. I like how the cavalry's managed to bring this back, but that is probably the best thing I like about Nordic stuff. I'm going to spin around this way so we can get a little bit more. As you can see, Hawkeye's actually managed to clear out the whole reinforced troops that they had there. Kind of got the rest of my men here now. General came back on, which is kind of nice. And now it looks like we're going to have a little standstill in the fight. Man, I've gone down to 8 frames a second. How's going on? That's a bit twitchy. So as you can see, in that wonderful fight that we've been having, I'm going to come down here and look at Hawkeye's cavalry. I decided to make that call as soon as his cavalry would decide to completely break. And we managed to break all of this up here, all barring the one unit mixed in with all the axemen. I don't even know what that is. Oh, okay. it's some heavy ass elite infantry, so whatever. Oh. As you can see now, you come down to the last crushing bit of these couple of units here. Here, comes the cav.
A unit has used all available ammunition. The men are broken and running for their lives.
That's the rest of my men routing away. Should be getting these guys. I don't know what the archers are doing so far out. But as you can see, now we've completely everyone else out of the way. Everyone routs and dies. Wonderful. I've been Carpus. I hope you enjoyed. My army got wonderfully decimated. Yeah, like I said, I've been Carpus, joined by the wonderful Hawkey, and I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed.